The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, episode 900 and God, I'm screwing this up. This is because I was going after the last. Shut up! There's so many notebooks. 77, 977.
Are you serious?
977. Yeah, that's what it was.
My God.
Yeah, tonight is I thought we were preloading for January. That's how out of it I am right now. I thought these
right
were
now?
Those episodes right now. I thought it was Thursday.
Well, that's the last thing we did.
It's
Sorta.
all. I was questioning good Jose Pena over there to my right. He is running the back of house for us. Are you going to tell me that not all of our friends can have the nickname Good? I've got Good Will Loden and Good Jose Pena. We'll give him a better nickname.
I believe in giving everybody their flowers, whether they deserve them or not.
There you go.
That way, if they ever be successful, I never spoke a bad word about you
Totally
in public. But no, I was going to say after the 1,000.
I really like you.
Episode, right? After the 1,000, do you think you'll change the greeting?
Yes, we're gonna. I think that's where we were gonna do it earlier than this.
No, not the intro.
Oh, not the intro,
greeting.
Not the welcome. You want me to get rid of welcome?
I was saying, would you? I was saying no. If you considered it.
The truth is, I don't. Happily, I'm not tied to welcome. I don't feel like I don't feel like I went in and staked my claim on welcome. I don't feel like I put a tent up.
Can we run through a couple?
Welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Let's run through it. Let's.
What else is there? Get in here, bitches.
Yeah, there you go. Let's start that. Hola.
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 We don't want no problems.
There you go. Hola. Bienvenido. Es los hermanos de ¿cómo se dice? Whiskey. I don't know. Licuro Brown. Licuro Moreno. I don't know. I'm open to
Howdy.
all. Yabul. I'll do them all.
Abul?
Yabul. That's German, I think.
Howdy.
Howdy. We could, if you're gonna do it, Trey, you gotta sell it. Howdy.
Believe in it.
Howdy.
There you are.
I never said that dumb shit because
That's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Every expression from you is howdy.
Wait, you're not.
I sound like howdy without saying it. I don't have to say howdy. I just go hey, and
That's what
everybody
the
hears
H
howdy.
on that hat is.
You don't. Wait, you're not a howdy person.
No.
Jerry Wayne Longman, I say howdy all the. You don't hear me say howdy all the time.
Yeah, I guess.
If
no.
I'm walking through, I say it to everybody. When I get to the airport, when I go to howdy, that's my.
Wow.
No matter where I'm at.
I'm a hey. Hey.
You're a hey.
You're a hair,
Or more like a hey. It's almost Canadian.
Jerry. Yo,
Well, I'm from Northeast Texas.
Well,
that's the Canadian part of Texas. That's
He looks like all right now.
yeah.
I do do it all right now. I've been known to do it all right now. And all
He
right
also
then.
looks like a well then.
Well,
And I'm a fan of that one as well.
yeah. All right now. Well then.
I always say this, and it's funny because it gets a weird reaction because somebody will be like, "How are you doing today?" And I'm like, "Oh, pretty fair. How are you doing?"
Pretty fair.
And
that's
that just
solid.
means shit's middle of the road, you know. I mean, it's like it sounds, but people pretty fair. I hear people laughing about it as I'm
Pretty
walking.
fair. Yeah,
away.
because it sounds
I just told you
English.
It's pretty fair.
It sounds English.
Could also mean things are beautiful.
Yeah, it's just something. It's something one of my granddad said. One of my granddad always, pretty fair. How you doing?
That's
you know?
that one in fair to Midland.
Yeah,
Fair to Midland.
Fair to Midland.
There's all those dumb you know what?
Or if I'm having a really good day, if I was doing any better, I kiss myself. You know.
Yeah,
shit.
if I was doing any better, there'd be two of me, and I'd be naked. Those are the reasons I don't ask people how they are anymore.
Every black dude has a blues jingle to his shit. It's like, how you doing? I mean, I can't complain. I mean, and if I did, I mean, what I'm gonna do about it? It ain't gonna change shit. You know, you're like, God damn, stop rattling off, Junebug.
And I had one uncle that used to say gooder than hell.
Gooder than hell.
How you doing? Gooder than hell. And I loved it. It sounded right coming from him. You never questioned it.
No, well that I can handle. I don't like those tremendous people. I don't like a fantastic. Bitch, I don't. Why you're not doing that well? It's Tuesday.
Yeah, he said it without any upward inflection. How are you doing, gooder than hell?
I say fantastic. Fantastic is fine. I probably say fantastic a lot. If you just tape me, I mean, how you doing? Oh, fantastic. But it's like a fantastic. Like I'm saying fantastic. Like I'm answering the question so definitively. Do not follow up. That's how I'm saying fantastic.
It's final.
Period. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. Not fantastic. Ask me about my wraps or whatever I'm selling out of my pink car. Or,
Did you ever hear the Freddie Soto? You know Freddie Soto,
yeah, of
right?
course.
Freddie
Rest
back
in
the
peace.
day. I just loved him. Freddie Soto had a great bit about his dad, where his dad just picked one word, and he stuck with that word, and it was regardless, bro. Regardless, you got to buy the shoes, man. You know,
At least it wasn't
he used
irregardless.
regardless for everything. So, my best friend,
The way somebody
like,
grabs hold of, like, that's not my forte, or one of those
Yeah.
phrases. You're just like, you learn one school word, and you just go play
and he
that
was
motherfucker
specifically
into the
talking
dirt.
about Mexican Americans, you
Right.
know, older Mexican Americans. And so, my best friend's dad, Big Mike Vargas, taught me construction and shit. His was tremendous. Everything was tremendous, bro.
Tremendous.
Oh, that's tremendous. You said I got fired today. That's tremendous, bro.
See, because
I got a raise. That's tremendous.
because
bro.
the tone and the word don't match, and that's beautiful, and that's how language is supposed to be
I
used.
loved it. I miss that about
Weaponized
him.
and used intentionally, not your dumb face matching all your
Yeah.
fantastic, tremendous
Yeah.
words with your
Yeah.
stupid good day.
You sounding like you work at those restaurants that require you wear all those
Oh
buttons.
my God!
You
like
sound
you're at a
like-
Cracker Barrel lobby.
Yeah, you sound.
I started doing an experiment recently because at my place we have an elevator and there's all this elevator small talk, and it's always is it raining out today? You know, it's that kind of bullshit. And I got so fucking just bored with it. You know what I mean? That I just couldn't take it anymore. So now I do I say one or two things every time I'm in the elevator with somebody. They'll make their little attempt at small talk, and I'll go, "Hey, what's your favorite color?" You know?
Oh wow!
And sometimes they'll like really struggle to give me an answer because they're on the fucking spot.
And if you're only going a floor or two, that gets you out of it.
Yeah.
Ding! Gotta run. And they just
I have
left.
literally been walking to my truck. Somebody's like, "Red." It was red. It was like, or I go, "Hey, did you know that a chef's hat has 100 folds in it to represent 100 ways to cook an egg?" And that fucks people up, man, because they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Really? Go look it up. It's crazy as shit."
See, you get a really if you say something like that. Why don't you lead with them animal dick facts and see how long they talk to you?
You know, eagles fucking midair.
That's it, dude. I do everything I can to not be sunglasses on, hoodie over my head, earbuds in, plugged in, and I try so hard to not have to have that conversation in the
Slade
first place.
mostly look like he's there to hack whatever place.
Yeah, he looks like I always picture when I see Slade and Slade doesn't see me, especially if he's like riding his bike with his hoodie. I'm like, well, that's a terrorist.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, wow, who got fired?
I don't care what you think I do, just be too scared to talk to me.
Yeah,
That's
I told you, ever since I cut my hair, I've become super fucking approachable. I hate it, man.
Yeah.
I don't. People used to leave me the fuck alone.
Is that why you wanted to disappear this weekend?
Oh man, I just was burnt, dude.
So hang on. I saw you last time. I saw you was Saturday night. We had and I want to say shouts out to the crew, man. Friday night. We had a spectacular showing of a show we've been working on called Just the Bit. Trey stood us up. So did the Right Reverend Robert O. Mungle. His was justified. Trey's most likely is not. Just because Rob had stuff to do and yours is likely girl or life related, and all of that shit is your fault right now. So so we had a show.
I'm not even gonna defend it. My life is so.
I'm really
upside
disappointed
down.
that you didn't try. That was the whole purpose.
Private
of the
gig.
prompt. That's-
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be like that.
Job
and be
interview.
Like, sorry, I was getting paid. I don't want to do that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna let him have it. You know, private. I'll yes and my buddy.
private gig. Is that what you're calling those arguments?
Yes.
I'm not gonna just say
and
you
I
can't
will
make
get
it.
all my shit. Yes, I will.
So we did.
You're right, buddy.
we did a showing of a show we've been working on called Just the Bit, and I'm in it, and Sam's in it, and Dale Cheeseman is in it. It's a lot of Whiskey Brother adjacent people, including Chingo Bling and Billy D. Washington and Lisa Lyric. It's a fantastically put together show, and Adam Taylor, our director and visual, what's the word? Technical video. What all the stuff Adam does in the Whiskey
Visionary.
Brothers world. Visionary.
Yeah.
Him and Rob.
He scouts. Slade scouts for a second. I don't like that word.
No. No. I'm 100% down for
Made him sound
Visionary.
like Steve Jobs.
They're the same. Rob and Rob Nielsen and Adam Taylor, the same ones who put together they shot the video intro for the Whiskey Brothers. They were the videographers, cinematographers for the.
Well, that guy's a
intro.
little bit of a character.
It's Rob Nielsen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's remarkable.
It was not what I was expecting.
Absolutely a
but,
remarkable
I
personality.
think a perfect partnership for Adam.
He's brilliant.
They
Yeah,
said they're like Abbott and Costello.
100%
They
match.
set each other off. It's delightful.
Couldn't be more ecstatic to be in bed with those guys on this project. It was really cool. You kicked ass hosting the show. It was the first time I've been on stage in a month, and I had two of the most fun sets.
That second show especially was
Dude,
a ball and a half.
It was a theater, seats, under 200, whatever. And why you smirking?
I didn't say. I'm listening.
I know, but your face says you're about to say something.
No,
but it
it's
is.
like theater gigs. I'm
He's
like,
writing.
yeah,
Oh,
I've done some.
that's right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I understand the
Okay.
fun
This is a
of
very
those.
small theater, though, man. Like,
Still,
probably
but-
about twice
but-
what I could sell.
Yeah.
It's like 40, maybe. I don't know.
It was remarkable, and the crowd laughed, and the shows were great. And Chingo did stand up, and I did stand up, and Jerry did stand
Chingo
up.
does stand up?
Yeah.
Plus,
Plus, I watched the film, and it was great response and
First time
aplomb
you'd
for
seen
the
it.
film and everything. It's the first
yeah.
time I'd seen it. It was great.
I got some good news about that. I'll tell you guys in between.
It was really exciting, and I was hanging me and Slade you've had a lot going on with the Seattle contest, and Sam's been gone, working and shit, and so we've kind of been the everyday Whiskey Brothers for a minute, and plus with Ido and shit, and then I've been working, doing what I do during the day for a while again. So I've been burning the candle at both ends for a little bit. So Friday night was about the edge of my limit. I was I was feeling kind of run down, and I was seeing people I recognized out there in the lounge, and I was like, I don't have my enthusiasm that I need for this. I did have a wonderful conversation with that lady that owns a White Rhino. She's really fucking cool. And then there were other things going on at the gig that were perturbing me, and I was kind of done. I was at the end of my rope, and then Saturday, I think I talked to you guys a little bit during the day.
We walked outside for a little bit towards the end of the night, and we had a quick.
Yeah, we had a really. Slade was mean to another bum. It was a good time.
I was not mean.
This time he caught him crossing the street before he started yelling
so
at him.
funny.
He goes, "Hey, wait, watch this. Hey, we're in the middle of a deep conversation here. Deep conversation. Just go home." And the guy goes, "I am home."
Man, can I just get a cigarette?
We don't smoke cigarettes.
We don't smoke. What you got in your hand? Listen, motherfucker.
That's funny. From pivot to scram.
It was hilarious. But when he said go home, and the guy goes, "I am home."
He straight up said it. He was like, "Well, I'm here," and I was like,
we just started laughing, went back to our conversation.
Yeah.
So at the end of that, we talked a little bit during the day Saturday, and I was working again, and I was just running on fumes. And then my wife's best friend was in town. We hung out, all that good shit, partied. I tied it on Saturday night.
Threesome?
No.
Okay, good.
No. Tied it on Saturday night. Whew. Fucked up like polio. You know what I mean? And I knew Sunday was my only day off for a while. And I was like, I'm just going to hang out with my wife, my kids. I'm going to play some video games. I'm going to do my thing. And I went out Saturday afternoon because everything was hurting. And I went and smoked my grass. You know what I mean? And I got higher than the eagle's dick. You know what I mean? And this is how high I got. That's been my saying for years. I've said that for years. Right. How high were you? Higher than the eagle's dick. That's where I was. And people always laugh about it. But I got so high Saturday that I started questioning it. I was like, what if somebody picks a higher bird and steals my joke?
Oh, wait a second. Hang on. One, I co-opted Ralphie's Stone Like a Biblical Whore.
Yeah, I love that one.
Which is my favorite.
But when I say that, I think of Ralphie.
Right, which is why I say it.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Ralphie.
And Stone Like a Gravel Road. He
like
said
a gravel
that one
road.
too.
Also, wait. Is there a higher bird than an eagle? Now you're tipping into I know what all the birds look like because of my Audubon books at my grandmother's house, but I also don't know a lot of the facts about how they look. Man, our grandmothers are different. Yours probably cooked yams.
No, it's not even that. I mean, that's not the truth of why you have those books.
But they're just books about birds.
Nobody liked you as a kid.
Well, also that. What do you?
Well, samesies.
But they don't give you those books because nobody likes you. You get the books because nobody likes you. That's totally different. This is work I did. This is. Come on. Take this away from me.
I'll support him.
So more importantly, is there a species of bird that is more altitudinal?
There is.
Is that a word? Altitude? Or no? What are you?
Here's what I Googled. I Googled highest flying birds because I was really stoned.
Yeah, but then that could be the birds that smoke the most weed and fly.
Yeah.
That would be ducks. That would be ducks.
I thought it was going to be like some like mountain condor or some shit. So I looked up Indian condor, right? And they fly at like 16,000 feet, which is incredible, but they live at 16,000 feet.
Right.
Dude, I'm not even going to tell you about number one. Number one's so here's what.
No, why would you tell us about number one?
Number one is a vulture. It's called a griffin vulture, and it flies at 33,000 feet.
Wait, no, it doesn't.
Yes.
No.
Yes, higher than commercial air traffic.
Not higher,
yes.
but the same height.
Yeah.
Why?
There's a couple birds in this class.
Yeah, but why?
I couldn't figure out why. It's a vulture. It eats carrion. I don't know why it has to go so high.
But no,
but
so
it does live up in
imagine
mountains
there's got to be something there about the calories you don't burn at that altitude or some shit. But there's less air to hold you up.
I did read it's got a special hemoglobin in its blood, what makes it able to breathe in the thin air that high. You know,
I believe in that. I know that there's
33,000 feet. That was crazy to me. What freaked me the fuck out
is a bird at 33,000 feet.
It was the number 2 bird on the list. It wasn't the vulture.
What's scarier than a Lufthansa vulture?
Okay, this bird is regularly seen flying at 30,000 feet, and it's called a whooping swan, and it's still a big giant fucking swan.
What's the difference between a whooping crane and a whooping swan?
I don't know, but the whooping swan whoops at you. Like that's it. It's like a predator, like whoop whoop, like gets up in your shit.
What, like an angry rave?
Yes, like a swan whoops at you. And I thought, if I was ever like,
whoop again?
Whoop whoop, right? Like if you was, think about this, dude. If you were on,
that's hilarious. You sound like a redneck siren. Then the police came.
That's my police invitation. If you were on a puddle jumper to like Shreveport,
it
right?
sounds like the Vuvuzela at a redneck soccer game. That's the.
I thought he was talking about the vulvula for a minute when he started into that word. I was like, we don't have them at our soccer games. Thank you.
More whiskey, please.
We don't do the vulvulas
What were you
at
saying,
our soccer
Jerry?
games.
I'm sorry.
Imagine if you were at a. I was like, I hate swans are terrifying. Birds fuck with me anyways. And I got my ass beat by a swan one time when I was
We
younger.
were fucking with those swans. Was that the first time you'd seen swans?
That was my first time.
They're big,
Those
giant,
are your first
scary
swans.
looking motherfuckers,
There were a
man.
lot of them. They were the queen swans, so I imagine they're well behaved.
Yeah.
They've probably been
That's
trained
the
or
ones that
they've
whoop
probably
your
had a
ass.
talking to. No, those are whooping cranes.
Yeah, well,
Those
the whooping swan. I just thought, like, man, if I was on a puddle jumper to Shreveport, you know, I'm kind of tired going to a gig or whatever,
Right.
and I look out the window and there's this goddamn giant swan flying by whooping at me, I would just assume I was going to die. Like,
You'd
that's
have
a
to.
death omen, right?
You'd have to. That's absolutely. That's a
Right.
yeah. You
There's
chalk
got to
that.
be like a Kenyan proverb, like if the swan whoops at you, you surely will die. You know? Like that's got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
That's a-
some Native American shit. I don't know. You know, swan
I'm not
whoop at
afraid
you
of
in the
birds,
sky, you're
so
dead.
I don't really know how.
You have this
How to
fearless thing
feel
going on for you. But we
about-
talked about the crane. We
You
talked
ain't
about
tangled. I tangled with a goose and a swan. Fuck them motherfuckers.
we talked about the swan while we were over there, and Trey said it's nothing but a snake with wings. Now
He did say that.
I don't know.
Have you ever seen a snakebird?
No. What
We got them all over East
You
Texas.
playing
They're all
Zelda?
over
The
here.
fuck
No,
is that?
snakebirds. You've seen snakebirds, right?
Ain't no snake bird. No, I ain't never
They
seen
sit
no
on the
snake
water
bird.
like a duck. They dive down in the water, but they hang out in a tree. They got the little kunky ass neck. Look
Is
like a
this a-
snake.
A cormorant?
You describing hybrid
It's called
Yoshi?
a snakebird.
A
They're
snake-
all over Louisiana, Texas,
Wait,
and
a
Florida.
snake bird? I've never heard
Snake
anything
bird.
called a snake bird.
This is the only motherfucker in. I want you to know everybody.
Unless you're-
Jose ain't never heard of. it.
Unless you're describing the Mexican.
Jose, you know what a snakebird is. Don't tell
Unless
me
you're
you don't know
describing the
what a snakebird
Mexican
is. Well,
flag.
he's from L.A. He don't know nothing.
A snake bird?
A snakebird.
Snake
Yeah.
bird.
They're like brown, kind of look like a duck.
You're,
got a
you're,
snaky
you're
ass
saying
neck.
it like
And he's
snake
saying
bird.
it fast,
Snake
like
bird.
it's made up.
Like it's 100% the one word in your head. Snake bird. Snake bird.
Snake bird.
It's a snake bird.
Snake bird.
Snake bird. No, I know the
snake
words
bird.
you're using, and I understand
The
how you're
snake
combining them
bird.
into a compound word to say snake bird.
Is that better?
Snake
And I-
bird.
well, you got to understand here. What you lost some pressure on your snake bird. We're gonna have to replace the snake bird. But once we get a new snake bird in here by Tuesday, and then Jimmy here,
Please
Jimmy
God,
here,
tell me
does-
somebody in the chat knows what a motherfucker
Jimmy here
is.
does
Yeah, put
nothing
that
but
Snakebird on back order.
Yeah, but we got to get Jimmy. Jimmy's the only one in here works on them Snakebirds.
He's
I
all
got to be
got a
honest.
Snakebird wrench.
That's it. You can go to YouTube now. Look it up. You might have a '78 Snakebird. You might have an '86 Snakebird. You might have a '94 Snakebird. But I'll tell you what, all them Snakebirds start to act about the same after a while. So I want you to just ratchet on down that Snakebird. Fast forward this on video, and we're what the fuck, man? Use a term like Snakebird.
What
I
is
gave him
that?
shit about howdy.
What?
Snakebird. All right, I'm down with Snakebird.
They know that there's a snakebird?
No, nobody knows there's a snakebird.
There's a snakebird.
Jerry.
Everybody knows. If you're a fisherman, you know about snakebirds.
There is a snakebird. It's just something your one of your relatives called another bird.
No, I don't think that's the case.
What's a snakebird?
I think it's hyper local.
It's a snakebird. It's like it's kind of like a duck.
Hey man, stop
It's
putting
got-
the definition.
It's got a neck that looks like
putting
a
the
snake.
goddamn term in
Define
the definition.
innocence.
And it hangs out in the lake, and it
having the
dives down
quality
and
of
gets
being
some fishes.
innocent.
What'd you say again, Jerry?
It dives down and eats snakes and fishes and shit. Got a curvy neck like a snake and a bill. It's brown.
It's got wings.
You're narrowing it down. They
Yeah.
said like a fishing bird.
No, but it's a snakebird.
Where you say they're all
I'm gonna
at?
bring a picture of a snakebird.
Okay, and
next
that's
week.
cool. But where you saying they're all at?
Like a lot, any kind of lakes, like East Texas, Louisiana, Florida. They're all over the fucking place.
Snakebirds.
Snakebirds.
You know, they look
Yeah.
like
I
snakebirds.
bet you there's 20 people on the Florida line right now that know what the fuck a snakebird
No,
is.
I believe there's 20 people on the Florida line believe a lot of shit, Jerry.
no, not believe. No, what a snakebird
Like they've been
is.
in contact. So if you've been in contact with a snakebird?
Yeah, man. I shot a couple snakebirds.
Have you
back in
eaten
the
them?
day.
Are they
no,
edible?
No, they're not good for eating.
What do you do?
Not edible.
No, you
not good
just
for
What do
you.
they
They're
look
kinda
like?
nuisance
Define them by a
motherfuckers.
shape.
All right, they kind of duckish, a little mallardy, brown.
Okay.
like a
Freshwater,
wood-
saltwater?
Have you ever seen a wood duck?
Freshwater, saltwater.
Mostly freshwater.
Okay. Yeah.
You ever seen a wood duck?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So kind of colored like a wood duck, but they got a real curvy ass neck, like kind of like a swan or a snake. You know, that's why they got the name.
Right.
Okay.
And they hang out in the trees, and they sit on the tree
Wait,
like
the
this,
trees?
and they do this.
The tree ducks?
They do this little fucking
Wait.
thing with their neck.
You
and
got
they hang out like that.
Yeah.
You fucking just introduced tree ducks like it wasn't even a thing.
Tree duck is way
I've never
more
heard of a
believable
tree
than
duck.
snakebird.
How many?
If you just said tree duck, I'd be like, oh, okay, and then on to the next
Tell
bullshit.
me the last time you saw a tree full of ducks.
Ain't no such thing.
But I could see how they could get up there.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Well, faster than them goats.
Yeah.
but
Dude,
the-
mallards were on that list. They fly 18,000 feet regularly.
okay,
That's
but
crazy.
none of them can sit in trees.
No, that's because
Right.
they're not snakebirds.
Stop looking at me like this is real.
Stop looking at me like it ain't.
bullshit, dog.
Dude,
I think you're fucking with me. You grew up in
Jerry,
Beaumont.
I
You've never
grew up
seen a
in.
snakebird?
I am as Southeast Texas as
Anybody at this table?
Yeah, that's why I find it
I
hard to
am
believe
a petroleum plant.
you have
like
not
there is,
fucked with a snakebird. You're
I
part
don't even.
benzoline.
I've never even heard snakebird.
That's crazy.
Not even the. I'm very familiar with
Them
all
people
of the
didn't educate
snakes
you well growing up
and
there.
all
I'm
of.
sorry.
Of course they didn't. It was fucking Beaumont. I was at the top of my class and we
Seems like
barely
in a
got to letters.
place
It
where
was.
you should learn about birds.
It's or other than.
These are the ones we're killing.
I
with our
said
chemical
I
plants.
said cormorant, but that's more saltwater, I think. So I'm from South Louisiana. I've never heard of a snake.
And I know what
bird.
a cormorant
See,
is. It's not a cormorant.
but it's a snake neck bird.
Yeah, it's a snakebird.
Oh Jesus Christ! This is.
It's like a
boy.
duck with a snake neck. It's not.
If it
it's-
looks like a duck, it
But
sits
it's
in
not
a
a fucking
tree
duck.
and it has a snake
Then it's
neck.
gotta be a snake.
I've never been. All right, we are not an educational podcast.
There's a real thing. Snakebirds exist. Look that
That's
shit
what-
up.
that's
Google
what-
it.
that's
Google
what
it.
talked
Google
to
it.
Eve.
In honor of Jerry Carrillo, rest in peace. Google it.
You know what? I'll raise a glass to that. You didn't know Jerry Carrillo.
I started comedy with that dude, man. We started together.
Local Houston comic. Died of COVID, and as
He's a good-ass dude.
Many Houston comics we've lost in the last couple of years.
God damn.
Jerry was he was a funny kid, man, and he was
like the fuck
super
out
good
of him.
energy and a lot of fun to have in the room. And
I really hated to see that news. I like the fuck out of
I
it.
hate toasting to lost comics.
Lost people. Lost comics.
Yeah, comics die at such a higher exponential rate than other entertainers, anyways. I mean, it's just fucking hotel room. When Richard Jenney shot himself in the bathroom while he's making omelets. Mm-hmm. That's the most fucked up story. Have you ever read that one? Richard Jenney's making an omelet with his girlfriend, went downstairs, walked in the bathroom.
You don't know what she said when he started making those
Yeah, I mean,
omelets,
she
though.
may-
Why
have
we
been
don't
a cunt
ever
about
talk
omelets.
about what they said before he pulled the trigger.
Bro, you know how?
Oh, I think their families talk about it all the time.
Probably so, but do you know?
Because I know my mom would be sitting there. I want to know what that bitch said to my son. Or
Yeah.
he would shout
Yeah,
it.
but
What
I
was
mean-
your mom? If that shit happened to you, like I can't see that happen. You're not that type of dude. But if that shit happened to you,
Yeah, I don't
your
have
mama,
I don't have a work ethic.
But your mama would be like, that motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? Like what did she say?
Yeah. Well, this is weird. If we think about it, I think my mom would be like,
I got to kill this bitch.
no, she
No?
she loves Shay too much.
Oh man.
So
Sorry.
she'd
Sorry,
probably be like, well, I'm sorry you had to see that, Shay.
You need me to come help clean that up?
You need me to, yeah. She'd be like, "Oh, baby, that's a tough one." But
that's the shitty thing.
What do you
I
think
think
Rachel
about
would
that.
say?
Like, well, she would be devastated. She'd be heartbroken. I don't know if she could say anything ever make me do that, except maybe I don't love you or some shit.
Y'all just leaving me out of this because I'm gonna die alone.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
your future's written.
baby,
you know,
baby Yoda, what would you say to Slade right before he pulled the trick?
I mean, really, it just depends on what you have booked that day, whether how long we'd find out.
Messy this will be.
You know what I mean? Like, if we got Itto the next day, then we're going to know pretty quick. But if it's like on a Thursday,
Oh yeah,
fuck,
it might
man,
go 4
we might
days.
not find out on Monday.
Come on, I yell way more frequently than that. Y'all be like, this motherfucker hadn't yelled it does it 2 days. This
Oh no,
Slade has not been mad about anything in a week.
Yeah, I would be like, something's up if I had to say in a while. Then we just come here and the fucking Google would be like,
But there's
Slade,
nobody.
can you set me to something, please?
There's nobody in Slade's situation that could say anything except maybe this conversation that would make him do that.
well, right. It's mornings, but
There's no girl that could text you with something that you'd be like, "Fuck this." I'm
Well,
outta
of course, that would never tip me over the edge. But I get concerned in those situations too, man, where that's suspicious as hell. Like who decides mid omelet they don't want that omelet?
Yeah,
Like,
I would
that's,
at least have ate. I mean, did he just not like omelets? I'm gonna eat.
No, you
before
don't
I
start making omelets if you don't like omelets. You might start making an omelet for her. Now, if he was making one omelet for her, I understand 100% why he put the gun in his mouth. But if he was making omelets plural, that dude wanted some tasty bacon and cheese in his own mouth, I imagine, before he went. It's a last meal situation.
Or if he
Jerry.
read one of those things though, like maybe last minute Google, like, do you shit yourself when you? Oh, you do. Fuck, I don't want to eat this omelet.
So funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
but it's still gonna be in your stomach. You won't
Because I worry about that. I worry about shitting myself when I die.
I
don't
know
like
exactly
that.
what
That happens to a
happened.
lot of people.
Priorities.
Happens to
Yeah.
a lot of people. You know, I just don't want to be found with shit in my britches.
That's
you know
funny.
what I
So
mean?
you just don't eat anymore?
Well,
What
you
is
know,
that?
I just try
what do you
to.
do?
I try to think about things I'm
What
going
is-
to do
so-
that might could kill me afterwards.
So you're just gonna starve yourself to death?
So dumb.
I mean, you don't shit yourself then.
That's the only way is you're gonna
Did
fast.
Gandhi shit himself? I don't know.
Yes. Everybody shits themselves. You can't help it.
Yeah.
Bro, my great grandfather, when he passed away, he had a heart attack in the kitchen. That was the first thing everybody said. He hadn't ate all day, and he was hungry. He's like, I'm fucking, and he had a heart attack. And they was like, oh no, Dad's having a heart attack. Oh, Daddy dead. He didn't shit it. It was it. It was over with.
Heart
My
attacks.
Uncle Oscar's
heart
like
attacks
trying
are
to give him
known-
CPR
yeah.
and shit. Like,
Heart,
dude, it's
heart
fucking
attacks
over.
are known for that shit.
Shit's out on the goddamn
Yeah.
genes.
And car accidents. A lot of people shit themselves.
Here's
in
what
car
happened,
accidents.
Jerry. He made the omelet to make himself feel better
And it
about not
wasn't
killing
enough.
himself, and he was just like, man. He went through the thought process.
You know
of-
what? What if
And it
you
just
ever
wasn't-
you ever
Maybe he overdid the eggs
I was about
just a
to
little
say,
bit. Like,
you ever
this
had
is
a really
trash.
you ever had a really good omelet working and you
And
go to
just
flip
fuck
it,
up.
and it's like you know what I mean? You go to flip
This
it.
is what
and
I was living for.
It just does that thing where
This
it
is my
hangs.
next 30 minutes.
Yeah, it hangs on the
This is
side
my
of the
swan
pan
song.
with that little crinkly lace looking egg shit, just all flopped and a little burnt. And then there's still some raw, and then the cheese sticks to the bottom of the pan, bro. Straight to the
Hey,
basement.
Yeah.
hey,
Straight to the
nothing will
basement.
make you want to kill yourself more than fucking up a meal.
Yes,
Especially
but-
if you cooking and you hungry.
I,
Like, if you-
I can tell
Bro.
he like lived with a chick for a long time because of the politeness of going to the guest bathroom.
That's
to
what
kill
I'm saying.
himself.
Yes.
I'm
And
gonna
the
make the mess somewhere it's easy to clean up and not a place she has to use tonight.
especially if those were the last two
That's
eggs.
a man that's lived with a woman.
that's a considerate man.
And he made sure not to get anything on those
Yeah.
towels with the shells on them.
If I was gonna do that, I'd go down in the parking garage. You know, I wouldn't want Rachel to have to clean that shit.
No,
up
you go to
and live
that
with.
neighbor's house
You know
that
what I
keeps
mean?
telling you to turn shit down.
Yeah.
That's where you go.
I wouldn't do it in the car.
My
yeah.
mom
I'd
did.
do
My
it on it.
downstairs neighbor. I'd go knock on the door. Hey,
His front porch. No, the upstairs
My-
neighbor. They know what they did.
Fucked up.
My grandmother's done custodial work for I don't know, for over 40 years. So she told me, she said, grandson, if you ever kill yourself, just hang yourself. That's an easier
It's
cleanup.
the cleanest.
She says the easiest thing to clean up.
Yeah.
So my grandmother told
I just think that if you're gonna, of course she's biased.
said this last Christmas.
She's biased,
Janitors and custodians know though. They see a lot of that shit.
but they also
Yeah.
are biased. They
Yeah.
want you to do it a certain way for their own good.
Oh, I was a
That's
maintenance
not-
man at an apartment complex back in early 2000s, and a dude sat in his chair, had a heart attack, and died. And it took us like 3 or 4 days to get into the apartment after the police. You know, it's not just something you can't just go unlock somebody's apartment. There's all these
You gotta wait for a
and
smell.
shit.
You gotta report it.
Yeah, okay. So there's all this protocol, and the people started complaining about the smell. Hadn't seen the dude,
Right.
and he didn't have
Mail's
any family
piling
or
up.
that shit. So the police came over, and we opened the door, and the floor was motherfucking moving, dude. It was maggots, man, just straight across the carpet, like just moving, right? Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, I can't. This is not what I do.
they take the body-ish stuff away,
Bro,
and there's a chair left, and there's some.
standing up in places I didn't even know there was.
They take the body away.
I
and,
thought that was trimmed.
and the chair's left, and the carpet's there, and guess whose problem that is? It's mine.
My replacement employees,
They're like, hey.
the dude they hired to fill my spots.
They're like, hey, you and your
I'm
helper.
I'm at home.
Well, they disinfect. They had.
Oh well,
so
all
they-
right.
yeah.
Tell me more.
So we
me
go in
more.
there. We cut the carpet out. We take the chair out. This is the worst fucking.
Where do you
thing.
start? Where do you
This is
start
over
cutting
at
at the
Post Oak
apartment next door?
Condominiums.
In the apartment next door,
Nah, this is this is the living.
and you're just kneeled
the
down
living
in
room,
maggot
just the
carpet.
living room. Yeah, yep.
Come on,
I've done worse jobs.
tell me what. I bet you still ate lunch.
Yes, fuck yeah. I mean, I went to Wendy's. Anyways, $5 biggie box. Anyway, so I rolled that.
He went to Wendy. Shout out J.R. Brown. Sorry, go ahead. I heard that shit 25 straight nights. I
He
could
went
not
to
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Nobody's gonna get that at all. But shout out J.R.
No, he's been doing that joke a while.
Oh, fucking love
It's
J.R.
a good enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck all y'all. So carry on. So you over here and you're over here and
So
your
here's the
your
worst
knee
thing.
pads are squishing
Yeah,
these
maggots.
these
This is
fat,
Post Oak condominium.
soon to be flies. Oh yeah,
I
upscale.
roll the carpet up. Me and my hands roll the carpet up.
Why do you not just light the place on fire?
Yeah,
It's
well,
over
it's
with.
a part of shared
okay.
wall. And we grab the chair and we take the chair and the carpet.
The chair
and
that
we-
he died in.
Yeah, we pull it out to the highway.
Do you have those gloves that they inseminate elephants
No,
with?
no.
What do you have on?
Just some fucking leather work gloves.
You have gloves on though. You're not
Yeah,
you're not raw dogging
no,
this.
God, no.
Okay.
Anyways, we got Tyvek and shit. So we
What the fuck is a Tyvek?
Tyvek's like a little
It's a suit
flimsy
that you
suit.
put on. I'm
That's
sorry.
Nomex.
No,
No.
that's
This one,
FRC's.
Tyvek is like the
Tyvek
white.
you can like buy in the painting department. At Home
Yeah,
Depot.
you ever
It's
see?
like,
It's like a
it's
a
white and puffy and it's got elastic.
it's a
cuffs.
cheap ass.
Oh,
Fucking,
albino squid game.
It's like cheap. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
So we take the carpet, we take the chair, we drag it out of the apartment and pull it to the street in front of the apartment so we can go around and get the work truck and load it up and take it to the dump. In the time it takes me to go to the back of the apartment complex, get the work truck, and bring it around, the chair is gone.
Whoa, no. Somebody's already grabbed dead person chair and taken it home and they don't know that it's been maggot soaked and fucking
Oh, I
covered in
thought-
dead people pee.
Somebody watched the Patriots in fucking maggot chair. Somebody.
Oh, I thought
It was a nice ass fucking lazy boy.
I thought the maggots ate it.
Huh. But
That's
I
what
bet
the
there was
fuck I
still.
was thinking.
I bet there was still some in it.
Like cartoon termites.
So some dude saw
Went-
this badass looking chair.
So here's okay.
With
So
a
that
stain on it.
that begs a question, and I'm gonna ask this. and
Jerry,
we'll-
we're gonna need
hang
your
on.
thoughts before the show.
This will.
We
Yeah, I
talked
know.
about snakebirds and maggots.
Which they have said now. So let's get there. A couple of people have pointed out the fact that it might be an anhinga, which is a possible bird. They've
If
sent some-
unhinga means snakebird, then
Anhinga,
yes,
which
it's
is
a
also
goddamn unhinga.
it's in it. We'll get to the
That's
bottom of
Spanish
it on the
for
break.
snakebird.
But here's the question: if you don't know that your chair is dead person maggot chair, does it matter?
No,
I think it might.
let him tell it. Go ahead, cause you around this funk ass shit.
Because this is like one of those situations where you're like, is the hotel room clean or is it not? You know what I mean?
By the way, congratulations on building that stupidity trap on our Instagram.
Oh, we've gone quite viral. With,
that your little hotel thing about not trusting the hotel.
Every day is another 30
reel.
people commenting. That
if
suitcase
the goal,
is way dirtier
if
than the
the
bed.
goal was to create a trap for stupid people,
Oh,
you
God.
are number
Really?
one,
Bro.
I
sir.
should have noticed, y'all.
40 comments a day.
Every day.
I wouldn't trust that luggage. I wouldn't trust this. I wouldn't trust that. I go in there with a whole bottle of
That
Lysol.
bed skirt is way dirtier than... Bro, it's incessant. I had to turn them off.
This is dumb. This is dumb.
I can't wait to do when you can't trust the dumpster.
Oh, let's...
Yeah, if you were like, I want to trap as many stupid people as I can. You're a fucking
I got
killer,
it.
dude. Oh my God, You
Nicely
got fucking-
done.
I bet I would say like 99% of those comments are unvaccinated.
That's funny.
Or have had COVID.
Yeah.
That's his way of saying no taste. We should...
Y'all are a tasteless group of people.
Hey, what do y'all need to know, you idiots? Come to the Christmas show. It happens Friday night, December
Please come. We have worked hard on
17th. This is going to be so fun.
I'm so
we have
fucking
actually...
psyched about
I'm
this.
eyeing that last shot of...
go for it.
No,
I'll
I won't
do
get it. I
something
won't get
else.
it. No, I won't get it. All
I'll
this...
do peanut butter. Fuck
That's...
yeah.
Oh, you're right there. Then I don't
I'm
feel
a good
guilty.
Christian. I give you the good shit.
So we no, because that's I didn't realize that was peanut butter. Anyway, we have a Christmas show, December 17th.
Yes.
It is
Wants
Friday
whatever I
night.
got. That's his capitalist soul.
It is. It totally is. All right, so now give me that. The we're going to be at the secret group. Tickets are like $10. We made this. It's absurdly cheap. We want you to show up and hang out with us. It's not even affordable. It's criminal. We
For
want
what
you
you getting?
We want you to come out and hang out with us. It's a full night of stand up. Who all is on this show? Let's talk. We have Abby Volman,
We got Abby Ballman,
Antonio Aguilar, Will
Big
Loden.
Good Will Loden.
Who else is on with us?
We got Drew Wilson coming in to do a spot, and Jose Pena.
Drew Wilson, Jose Pena, Kenji Alonso is doing a set. I'm forgetting someone else too.
Dave Chappelle.
Jesus
Chappelle
Christ.
will be there. There's one other person that I'm forgetting.
No?
Maybe not.
They're
It's
It shouldn't be.
it's well if I it shouldn't be. That's a lot.
According to the plan.
That's a lot.
And you're going to get to see me, Trey, and Slade, and we're doing some
We're all there,
sketch.
but yeah, there's some sketch comedy and there's some fun stuff.
fucking
And
psyched about it.
there is a mystery audio guest appearance.
Yeah.
If you ever watch What If, it was always cool to see these people popping back in
Fuck yeah.
to follow back up on their characters. And we have some people who might be reprising their characters.
Did he do like a hologram T'Challa?
No, but no, he did his own voice.
Yeah, man.
It was the last thing he recorded was
In fact,
Chadwick.
there's just a few people big time them, like RDJ.
Yeah, he's the
It's
only
not
one. He
there.
wasn't in it, and I think Brie Larson. But the rest of them were pretty much all showed up. Somebody else might
Chris
have been
Evans.
Chris Evans, but nobody liked him because he was Cap. Were you a Captain America fan?
No, not
Yeah,
really.
he was so useless.
I'm a Hulk guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, is that right?
All right, Trey.
I mean, look at me.
Listen,
That's my
Nightcrawler. We're gonna call this one
Fair
an
enough.
episode. It's in the can. 977.
You don't get his digs, do you?
I didn't get there.
977 stuff. Let's just call it before he gets me back. We gotta go. Bye.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
Music provided by Scarface. Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.